Hey everybody, welcome to Straight Talk Life Coaching Mentor and Resource Channel. Today I'll talk to you about child support and the effects that it has had on African American males. I'll start by giving you a synopsis of a situation that one of my clients is currently experiencing. Next, I'll talk to you about the solutions that I coach my client through. Last, I'll leave my contact information for you or someone that you know that might be experiencing a similar child support situation like my client. So, I'm about to start with giving you the synopsis of my client's situation. My client had an ex that he had a child by, okay? In the process of him having his biological child with his ex wound up having 2 additional children after they broke up. However, the child support system took $10,000 out of the client's account, okay, and applied it to the ex children that are not the client's biological children, right? Client was furious. Client wanted to rectify his issue, so he started with contacting his ex, explain the situation to her in hopes that she would go down to the child support office and try to talk with someone in regards to the situation of them taking the money out of his account and applying it to 2 children that are not his biological children. Client X refused to do that. She said, that's a you problem, not my problem. So she spent the money, okay? In the process of her spending the money, client is fierce because he knows that the ex know that these are not his biological children. And why would you take my money under the notion or the circumstances that you know these are not my children? Client was furious. He wanted to put his hands on his ex. We know that putting his hands on the ex is not going to rectify the problem that he has, okay? Client then, someone referred him to me. I met with him. We discussed the situation that he had going on. We came up with some solutions, right? If the child support system takes some money from someone and it is not their biological child, the first thing that the person needs to do is get a paternity test, right? Paternity tests are high. They're like $350, right? If you take it through the child support department, okay? However, I coached the client on how to make this happen a little bit cheaper than doing this through the actual child support system, okay? Client was directed to buy 2 paternity tests from CVS, which cost like 26, 27 bucks, okay? Client purchased the test, sent the test off to the lab. Lab results came back stating that these children are not the client's children. The tests were negative, okay? Client then was directed to appeal the situation because child support has made you pay for children that are not yours. Are you just going to let that happen, or are you going to appeal and argue your side of this situation, right? Client chooses to appeal. So I coached the client through the appeal letter process, sent it off. We're waiting on a date, okay? In the process of this happening to the client, a bell clicked for me. Like, it's probably multiple people out here that's experiencing the same thing as this client, right? So I decided to use the client's situation as a testimony for other people to be able to rectify or resolve their child support issues, right? So I'm asking that anyone that is experiencing a child support issue where child support has took your money for children that are not yours, or you are a male that wants to see your child and you wants to be active or engaged in your child's life, I'm asking that you please post something in the description below or send me a text or email in regards to your personal situation to be rectified, right, for the child support system. I'm putting this video out there in hopes that if I can get enough people that's experiencing a similar situation as my client, we can possibly file a class action lawsuit, right? And so it's two things that can happen behind this appeal from my client or filing this class action lawsuit. With the I'm gonna start with the appeal for my client. It's two things that can happen for my client with this appeal. One thing is the client could possibly get his $10,000 back, put back into his account, because these children are not his and they should have never took his money out of his account and applied it to those children child support cases, right? Because these are not his children. Or the child support system can say, okay, well, you have a biological daughter by this woman. What we'll do is that $10,000 that we mailed mom, we'll take that money and apply it towards the child's account of your biological child. Okay? Client wouldn't be so upset if the money was applied to his actual child, but client is furious because they took his money under the notion that these are not even this man's kids, right? So, with that being said, if you or someone you know is going through a similar situation like this, I ask that you please let your voice be heard by sending me a message and letting me know what your unique situation is and how we can figure out how we can rectify your situation, how we can get you the results that you're looking for, right? With this system, we know that the child support system has emasculated men, right? A lot of times men feel like if I go down there and I try to appeal or I try to file a motion, it ain't gonna do nothing but go in the woman's favor, right? But in this situation, this is not no way possible. This can go in a woman's favor. This is going to go against her because these are not his biological children, right? How many of you guys are out there that's taking care or paying child support for children that are not yours, and you don't know the proper steps to take to be able to rectify this issue? So I'm here to help to coach you through this process, right? I would like to file this class action lawsuit in hopes that some provisions or some things can be put in place for the child support system to kind of hear me and more, right? I think that you guys have a voice, okay? Everybody is not, all men are not men that just don't want to take care of their children, right? And I think for those that may be men that don't take care of their children, it's because it was a learned behavior. It's somebody did this to you and this is what you learned and this is what you know to do, right? How do we unlearn that? How do we get this situation rectified and help us to move forward with paying for something that is not ours? So I'm asking that if you or someone you know, please send me an email, shoot me a message down below, send me a text. The number and the email address will be attached in the description below. Please utilize it. I'm trying to put a poll together for how many people is experiencing this, what this man is going through. I know of some other brothers out there that don't have a clue of what direction to go in to be able to rectify their issue with child support, right? I just feel like something needs to be done. We've been quiet for a long time, and I think that it's now time for you to stand up and walk into your masculinity of being able to rectify this issue. Don't allow the system to emasculate you anymore, right? With that being said, I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. I'm looking forward to possibly being able to file a class action lawsuit because I know it's more brothers out there that's experiencing this same situation as my client, right? My client feels like he's alone with this, and I know he's not. So I'm asking that if any brothers is experiencing what he's going through or something similar to it, please stand for something else, fall for anything. With that being said, peace and thank you for listening to this video. Have a great one.